Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town, yeah.
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Profanity Nation podcast, where we are the voice of the professional fan. We've got a great show for you, as always, but let me introduce my co-host. To my right, we got Money Mike. How you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm whooping your ass at fantasy football. It's a great day.
Technically, you actually already whooped my ass.
Yo, boy, yeah. What's your quarterback get, like 8 points?
He was horrible. Yeah, Carson Wentz was kicking butt the last few weeks, and I hadn't had him in, and I put him in, and he got smoked.
He did, yeah.
Let's move on from that.
Amazing. He played
Mute
amazing.
that mic. Mute Money Mike on the mic. Stat Pat, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Mike, am I winning?
No, you're losing.
No, you lost.
I would have actually beat you this week, but you do have Lamb that's going to play tomorrow. So,
you got a chance. You got a chance.
But I'm like a miserable 88 points, and you're like 87.06 or something.
But you know, look. The reason why we gotta let you guys know out there. The reason why Pat is asking if he's winning. He's the one that opened up the league so we could go and
he's the commissioner.
Drive. He's a commissioner. And he has not been able to get to his team in the last 2 weeks.
And so far he's 2-0.
This dude, because he's freaking starting Lamar Jackson and he's averaging 40 points a game. You know, I think he had like 39.5 today.
Yeah, he had like almost 40 points.
He like woman everybody ass and he ain't did no alteration.
You're right in the wave.
But now he's about to be 2-1.
Hey, you know, I have to reach out to ESPN now.
You didn't have to worry about it, right? Now you got I could take one L, but I'm not going to take two, right? All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. There's so much news going on. As you know, we are a NBA-centric, Lakers-focused show.
BBJ, what's up?
So what's up, BBJ? Big Baby Jonathan. So there's lots to talk about, lots of NBA scandals going on. But first, let's talk and let's stick with our hometown team. You know, guys, it's actually really nice that the drama isn't actually in the NBA, isn't surrounding the Lakers right now, that the drama is actually elsewhere. But the Lakers camp is starting. Media day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. What are you thinking? Are you feeling a little bit optimistic or still hesitant? What's up?
I think now we have to start getting to, getting comfortable with the fact that this is the team.
This is the squad.
So this is the team.
Yep.
So all the dreams about Kyrie and the Hill, Miles Turner trade and then the Bogdanovich, Clarkson, and all those trades are gone. Those are not happening.
Yep.
So now we are going to have Westbrook. Now is about intrigue for me. Does Ham get the best out of him? Can he have a resurgence? Because we can only go up. With Westbrook,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he gives us something on the positive end next year, we should be, I think, even twice or even 3 times better, just because he will be a viable threat on the court.
Yep.
We were playing 4 on 5 a lot of times.
Yep.
So
put him in position to succeed.
Yeah.
Mike, you're optimistic about Darvin Ham and Westbrook. What are your thoughts going into the season now?
I'm happy. I mean, like I said, Darvin Ham had me at press conference, right? So. And because he had me at press conference, I'm only giving him a year, though. I'm not giving him a long leash, but he got the job based on what he said that he will be able to utilize Westbrook. So if you get a job, if you go on a job interview and you say what you think you could do with Westbrook and you get the job on that, then you double down with that press conference with that. We got to give this guy a shot. Right, I understand that they called him West Brick. Eye test said he was horrible. His turnovers were horrible. He was hitting the side of the backboard. But look, he averaged 18.7 rebounds, 7 assists, and we saw a really bad product.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can eliminate the turnovers, which absolutely has to be done,
especially the unforced turnovers.
Right.
Come on.
And I think it was the shot selections for him, and play to his strength, which is why and how Darvin Ham got the job.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
got to give them opportunity to see what they can.
All right, now, there's
Yeah.
something that we didn't bring up. We talked about that the Lakers, of course, they re-signed Dennis Schroeder for much cheaper than they would have.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. You know, he
We
turned
would've been
down
on
80
that
plus
deal like 20
million, and
million
now,
this year.
yeah, now we got him for $2 million. But the one thing that we didn't actually bring up is that Dennis Schroeder's best season was in Atlanta, and Darvin Ham was an assistant coach there. So when he played with Darvin knows Schroeder. That
know
was
how
his
to,
best
yeah.
season. He's going to know how to use him and put him in a position to succeed. So do you think he has a chance of sort of redeeming himself as a Laker here as well?
Yeah, I mean, I actually like the team where it's almost feels like they're a cast of misfits. You know what I'm saying? There are people clowning like saying
Everyone's got something to prove.
Yeah, and the Lakers can be like, if healthy, they could be what, 7th, 8th seed, or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
9th seed
yeah,
playing
yeah.
like same team.
Low expectations.
You know, low expectation. This team, you see, I don't know if you noticed that they had the rankings. ESPN had the rankings.
Man, everybody's
And-
mad. At
and-
that.
and- but
Well, that was for the best
I'm
players.
not mad. I'm not mad at the LeBron ranking.
I'm not
talking-
either.
But I'm talking about. But the AD ranking was like, okay, he's the 20th best player in the league
He not listen.
because he's not healthy.
You know,
So when he's healthy, I want everyone to keep that same. He's the
Energy.
20th player in the league energy,
Yeah.
and not all of a sudden, but when he's healthy, he's top 5 player in the league. I don't want to hear that though, because he's number 20 now. So LeBron right now going into the season, LeBron James is playing his best, his Batman, and his Robin is the 20th best player in the league on paper, supposedly.
Yep. So don't be saying
So don't
that, well,
all
yeah,
of a
of course he
sudden-
did good because you have that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
yep.
inflate
Don't
these
change the
numbers.
narrative.
No, don't change the narrative.
Yep.
But you know how it is, though.
Oh,
They
yeah.
will do that because AD is healthy. He's motivated.
Yeah.
Oh, all these other stuff. And
Yeah.
you'll be like, wait a minute, but you knew he was the same player, but
Yep.
you held his health against him.
Yep.
So now he's healthy and he's able to show him the same skill that you guys already elevated him to top 5 in the league. He's going to show it to us. So I think it's intrigue about this season. And I think, like I said, the band of misfits, I think they like you said, everyone has something to prove. And
Dude, everyone. You're talking from the top down. So you go from the players, every player on the squad, from the bench to the starters, have something to prove, including LeBron James after what happened last season.
Right.
Obviously, Anthony Davis has to prove he can stay healthy. You've got Westbrook. Now you got Schroeder. You've got these players. They have to prove things. Okay. But then go up. You have the front office. This is an important year for Pelinka. If Pelinka fails, if they don't make the playoffs again, is Pelinka keep his job? If so, then Jeannie Buss is on the hot seat for what she's instantly. Well, what are you going to do? So every single one, all the way up to Jeannie, have something to prove this year with staying pat, going with the Pelinka standard, or a way of putting these teams together. But I think you're right, and I do believe that last year they played with absolutely no urgency. They seem to accept their fate. But this year, what up, Empire? Jeff TV, love you. Thank you very much. Big Baby Sports. This year, I think they're all going to play with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we need. And then you put Beverly in there, which hopefully he's going to be that enforcer, not just our enforcer for our players, but the enforcer on the other squad. So if anyone's getting punked, Beverly's going to step up. He's that pitcher who's willing to throw the ball at you. Right. He's going to peg your head. Right. He's going to take you out. So at least there's that part of it. But everyone's got something to prove, because I think people even doubt Beverly. They're like, oh man, you're just all talk. He's played. But essentially, people like myself, when he wasn't on the squad, say he talks a little too much. But we'll see. Can he back it up? Yeah. Can he back it up? So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what happens, man. It's should be good. I'm always rooting for the Lakers, the whole team.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. But I will definitely having a close eye and giving my critiques on the whole team.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, not just one pair that you guys always say. I'm gonna give you my critiques.
I'm not
my
hating.
honest critiques.
Let me ask you this, Mike, reasonably, if you can answer. What are you expecting from LeBron this year? 20th year, 38 years old. Are you really expecting him to carry this team still? What are you expecting from him?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what I want from him. I want him to be a well-rounded basketball player. I don't need him to average 30 points a game. I would prefer for him to average 20 points a game, maybe 6 or 7 assists, 6 or 7 rebounds and play some defense.
Like just
You know what I mean?
really
Just
step
play
up the defense, I think
yeah.
is what's really
Yeah,
necessary.
like
Empire Jeff TV, the Lakers got scrappers. Health is wealth. And if they're wealthy with health, things will be okay. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
good point there, Jeff.
I mean, I hope that's what Darvin Ham kind of puts in, because I want, I don't know if you guys saw the stat. We've been talking about it over and over and over again. 91% of his points were during garbage time.
Yeah.
I don't want that this year.
Well, but like the great Arash Markazi said when he was here as a guest, he said, yeah, but most of last season was garbage time. So
yeah,
that is a little skewed, but that's actually, those are numbers that I brought to the table here.
Yeah.
So I can't disagree with them. Yeah.
Right. So, but see, how do we prevent that? How do we prevent for us to be watching these 82 games and then not be garbage time?
But you know what?
If it's garbage time, well, then he won't be playing. He'll be on the bench if we're
Hopefully.
winning. So
yeah.
And just to remember, going back to last year, we actually were always down by like 15, 20 points sometimes.
First quarter.
In first quarter.
Yeah.
By 20.
Slow starts.
And we would just get swept. And we never controlled the game at any facet in the first quarter.
Nope.
It's like once you can kind of like get that reset between the first and the second, or you have momentum going and, either you're cutting down the lead or you're boosting your lead or whatever, you got to still be in the game at that point. When you're out of the game going into the second quarter, it's really hard for these these players to continue to get back up, claw back into it, and make a game out of it in the fourth quarter. We need to start getting into it like right off the bat. And I think once we have a presence in the inside, like Anthony Davis, we are going to and a defensive presence. If one thing I'm looking for with Darvin Ham, I want him to get us back to that elite defensive level.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
If we could get him to get that kind of like that defense,
because if you have that, you can count on it every night.
Count on it every night.
You can count on it every night, and you'll never fall that far behind because you've got that strong defense. And now you're not counting on a D'Antoni type offense to get you back in the game, which we don't have.
Nope.
You're not going to be shooting the threes. And still to this day, we have average low 30% 3-point shooters wrapped around LeBron, which by history tells you that's not the way to go. That is not the formula with LeBron. But that's what we have. So you're right. It's going to have to stick with defense. We've got to keep other teams' scores down. Money Mike, how many minutes would you like to see? Are you looking for to get from LeBron? I mean, eventually you got to start winding down the man's minutes. You got to give him some time. Are you expecting them to put up, what you might consider starters minutes?
I mean, 28, 32 minutes. I mean, I think it should be what it should be. I think it definitely should be strategic, in the sense where we know when he's going to come in, when he's going to go out. I think that creates a certain chemistry. Yeah. And then you have players like Westbrook is a player that you have to have him to have the ball to be able to be effective. So we got to know it's like back in the day when Phil Jackson told Kobe, okay, Shaq is not hurt no more. You can't score 40 a night. You gotta lower, kind of pull back your offense a little bit because we got to get Shaq, involved into the game. I think that should be the focus because LeBron is not a player that needs to get involved in the game in the beginning. Westbrook is. Yeah. Right. Yep. So, initially I would think the first couple of minutes or so, you want to get Westbrook into that rhythm. Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you kind of pick and choose, where you're going to be effective. But we got Westbrook going. Westbrook is really the only player on our team, unless you guys can think of another one, that needs to get going.
Needs that momentum in order to maintain momentum.
Yeah, he's definitely. I think when Westbrook is good, he has the confidence to shoot any kind of shot and make those shots. Right. Mm-hmm. I've seen him stop and pull up at the 3-point line and then drill it. And pop it. What I'm saying? And so, but he's feeling good. Yeah. He's dunking and he's stomping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when everything's going.
Yeah. It's going good. But like you're saying, don't let him try to get his shots out of like the kickouts and stuff like that. Yeah. Run some plays for him. Let him cut to the basket. Give him the ball. Let him do his own thing. I mean, he's a big point guard. There is no reason, and he has a post game. There's no reason why we never tried to exploit the post when he had a smaller point guard on him at any point in the last season.
Yep.
So that's so like what we're talking about, putting him in places to succeed. I like what you're talking about, how we need to go ahead and get him off early.
Right.
Also, let's have a system where we're staggering these minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
we have like we have a squad that plays with AD and LeBron, and then we have a squad that plays with LeBron, and Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? And just have
Or
these two
AD
guys,
and
or AD, but you have these squads,
Yeah.
and so they all know how to play with each other. So
Bingo.
by the
Bingo.
time of the fourth quarter,
Oh,
somebody
you
got to
mean
plug in.
actually have a normal rotation?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
which Vogel did not have.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
That's another thing where we're going to find out this year. Was it or was it not Vogel's fault? We know he lost the team in the locker room. Here we go, Empire Jeff. Vogel wasn't the coach. For Russ, that's for sure. It was like a wasted year with him. Ham can get more out of him. We don't disagree. Obviously, we're going to wait and see there, Jeff. But we don't disagree, and we're obviously quite hopeful of that. There's really, like everyone says here, you knock on wood, you can't get much worse.
Right.
But I think Westbrook.
You can't get worse.
I think Westbrook has to average, not a triple double, but a double double, and one of those doubles has to be assists. So points and assists, he has to average a double double with points and assists. 7 assists are not going to cut it. He's that point guard. He's got to get others involved.
Yeah.
He has to average double doubles to make that happen.
I think if we are not in the top 4 the whole season, then it's not a successful season.
Exactly.
You want home court going into the playoffs.
Well, I'm just
We want, obviously.
but look who else who's there really. Like, who really in the West has actually gotten better. We know the Warriors.
Clippers.
Clippers are Clippers.
Yeah, but they're
Okay.
when you look at even Golden State lost some players. So their core is there,
Warriors,
but you can't say they
the
got
Warriors-
better.
Clippers could easily be top 3 in the West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's it. Who
Yeah.
else at that?
Then we got
nobody else.
we got Clippers, we got the Golden State Warriors, and then Denver sometimes, but I'm not scared of Denver.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
they
Right.
didn't do.
The
They
the
didn't do
Jazz,
anything
they
they're out now.
they're out.
They're the fire
Right.
sale.
So this is a perfect opportunity for us.
I mean,
to
you
be
do have
able to-
the best
I
offensive
would say
player.
also, if they're going to continue to slip under the radar, and the team I'm talking about is the Memphis Grizzlies, then it's literally they're in the best position because we just rattled off a lot of
And never brought them
and then bring them up, and literally they are scary good.
They have a
And
dynamic
they're
player.
young, and they got a guy that wants it. He has that look like he wants to take everybody's soul. When John Morant is on that court, he want to show everybody, I'm the best player on this court tonight. And it doesn't matter who's on the court with him, he's going to go ahead and play that way. And so I'm just saying, I think the Memphis Grizzlies are set up for success. That will be the top 4 of the 4 that we're talking about, those teams.
Yeah, and then everybody else. So
and then everybody else is.
So us in the middle.
We should be top 6.
Us in the middle.
We should be.
We should. We'll probably. It's 4 to 6 is where I think would be acceptable, considering where we came from last year.
Honestly, I'm with Mike on that. We have to have at least home court advantage in that first round.
Yeah.
We can't be on the road. That was like back in the day when I used to hear that fools are on the road in the first round. That means that your season was all right.
Mm-hmm.
No season wasn't good. You wasn't one of the dominant teams in your conference.
No.
If you were literally on the road in the first round, then it was like, dude, you could be beat. Like you should be beat. You should be beat in the first quarter.
Yeah, but again, you're dealing with that. That's definitely in the East, but in the West, there's much more parity. There's much more difficult schedules, teams, travel. You got a Memphis who's traveling from the center of America left and right, where you've got us coming far east. That's a Phil Jackson point of view, but it's true. We're traveling. We have 5-6 hour flights. They've got 2 to 3 hour flights at the max. That makes a difference on the body when you're talking about 41 road games.
Look, I'm not rocking
makes
with
a
that.
difference.
I'm not rocking with that. Listen. I've watched basketball for over at least 25 years of my 40 years of life, probably longer than that. The schedules way back when were way more difficult than now.
Well, bro, I know you heard about them trying to want they something want to shorten season.
Yeah, they're trying to do a shortened season.
They want their cake.
Look, I didn't understand.
YouTube user says Lakers defense will be better. It has to be.
Look,
We agree. It can't get much worse.
I watch baseball. Baseball play 100 over.
Oh yeah,
160. And then look, All-Star break. I was confused because I knew the All-Star game was on that Tuesday, and they were playing games on that Saturday before and the Sunday.
They don't take the week off.
They don't take the week off. They took
days.
1 day off.
Yeah.
It was all it was
travel day.
All-Star
Travel day.
Monday.
Yeah, just a travel day.
Monday was everybody was off. They did the All-Star game, a home run derby Monday. They did the All-Star game too. By Wednesday, they went back on their regular season, and they flying all back and forth.
Empire Jeff says, I think he agrees with us, so that we could win on the road with a healthy Bron and AD. Obviously, that's the question. The thing that scares me, everyone talks about a healthy AD, Mr. Glass, all these things.
Have they installed his airbags in them?
Right, the airbag, that jacket that you can fall, poof, and it pops up.
Yeah, they need to install that in his jersey.
A lot of that he doesn't control. He just he can do
He
everything.
does.
No,
you cannot tell me he does not control that. Because
look, if you're an opposing team and you've got a big, I'm going to say pound him.
No,
that's his weak. Pound him
because if he falls down.
No.
Fall down.
Listen, there's a whole lot of science out there, right? And I'm going to take Steph Curry as an example. This dude had horrible ankles.
Yes,
right, and they literally took the science. They said, "Oh, it's not the ankle. It's your legs. You know what I mean? It's this, it's that." And he worked on the strength of his legs.
Yep.
Now he ain't got no ankle issues.
Correct.
See, we can do the same thing with AD. We got you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's figure out really.
But we're not talking lemon law here. It's not.
No,
with Steph Curry, it was the same thing, so they can focus on it. With AD, it's this, and then it's the calf, then it's the toe, then it's always something. It's the legs, but it's always something different.
But I think it's because he's not working out and doing preventive maintenance in the off season. This dude last year when I got married, and I was upset about it. Dog, you had all summer, right? You decided you're gonna get married like 2 weeks before training camp.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? Like, you had all summer. Like, we didn't make the playoffs. So
you haven't quite earned that Shaq type attitude.
Right.
Yet.
That's what I'm saying. In June, go get married in June. You have all of July, August. Why are you trying to get married in September, dog?
Don't get well.
What are we doing?
Don't get well on company time.
Don't do that. Work out. Work out. Strengthen your body, your muscles. Do stuff. I mean, obviously, you can't prevent every injury.
Right.
But there are players that do prevent. You look.
But you know, wait. Aren't you thinking that they are kind of like freak injuries, right?
They are.
No, listen.
Like fools like falling down on his legs.
Yep. As Empire Jeff.
Is that somebody doing that? You can't control that.
I remember when Kobe fell into Bynum's knee after he had just come back. It happened.
Yes.
I'll rock with that. I'll rock with that.
Because that was, oh my God. If he had, oh my God.
Listen.
Right?
There are injuries. There are injuries that you cannot prevent, but there is a conditioning on your body where it won't be.
YouTube users Demetrius. Thank Demetrius.
Yeah, it is injuries on your body that I think that some of them can be prevented. Not all of them,
of course,
obviously, but not some of them can.
Of course. So and we all know that in this game it does take a little bit of luck. I mean, the luck is the injury part. It's not hopefully the luck that the ball goes in the hoop. The luck is, can you maintain health?
Right.
But
you have. Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead. Bud.
You literally have the guy that has been pretty much durable and almost invincible off of injuries, and when he comes back, he's pretty good in LeBron James.
Right.
And LeBron James invests the most amount of money in his body on your team.
Yeah.
Right? So you think LeBron ain't telling AD what to do?
Well, so I will tell you this. Like, for me, looking at AD's game, for me, I'm looking at AD, and AD really is like, remember, dude, he was a point guard at heart. He outgrew the position. Yep. He doesn't want to get thick, bro.
He doesn't want to
He doesn't want to get
He even
strong.
lies about his height.
Like that. You know what I'm saying?
He lies about his height so that he doesn't have to play center.
The lean muscle, like, he don't want to do that. That's a lot of work to do, like, to stay lean but be strong. Like, it's easy to pump weight.
How much you getting paid?
Look, man, I get all that, dude.
Come on,
but he wants to go out there and cross fools up at the 3-point line. He want to shoot jumpers. Like, that's his game. He's a guard.
He's going to regret that when he retires.
He'll
regret that point of view when he retires. He'll say, "I should have played what I was dominant at."
Dude, I mean, just like smashing on fools inside, because it's not like, because if your jumper is that wet from the 3, and I know it is, then imagine if you really did work on a mid-range game. Like just your
It'd be
we know
wide
you
open.
can shoot.
Wide
You
open.
know you can shoot. So just work on the mid-range and you can get any shot that you want.
Mhm.
But you're so versatile
You
that
got
you can
inside, outside, get the mid.
step backs, everything. You want to do your guard skills, let's work that mid-range post.
Yeah.
Get that. But anyway.
You can't disagree. So the one thing is that everyone watching the show, thanks, Big Baby. Everyone watching the show agrees. At least we're all excited to see what happens. We're all kind of sitting on the edge of our seat to see how it goes.
Right.
But I'd like to see everyone watching, if you can comment. Here in LA, we like to say, "Oh, it's just preseason. It's only the first 10 games. It's just this.
Not this year.
Not this year, right?
year.
We all
Nah,
agree that
we need-
this
hey.
year, every game counts,
Every
even the preseason, because they need
Every.
every game to build that chemistry,
Hey,
right?
hey,
Do we all
we not
agree with
sitting
that?
out. We're not sitting out. We ain't the Rams. Where we gonna sit out everybody and then start. Cause listen, hey dog, I need to see what y'all run in the first quarter.
For real.
First half.
I think
Y'all
I
can
got
sit
it.
out the second half. Cool.
I think I got it, guys.
You got the second half. People trying to.
I came
make
up with the
team?
answer.
What's the answer?
I think what we all need to do is show up in Cooper Cup masks.
There you go.
Everyone show up in a Rams player's
You're Cooper
mask.
Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I
It'd
mean?
be
I'll be
perfect.
Aaron Donald. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
Who gonna
plays
be
well
back?
when, I got to
Who
show
gonna
up
be
when the
back?
champions are here. So
Who
that
gonna
would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Everyone,
who
they
you wanna
should
be?
give
You
those
can be
away
a
at the
receiver.
door.
You be
That should be a giveaway.
Who you want to be?
Man,
You be
I'll be Cam Akers, man.
You'll be Cam Akers.
Okay, cool. All right, you Cam Akers.
I'm
I'll be
telling
Aaron
you.
Donald.
A Cooper
You know,
Cup.
and you
And-
hey, cool. Obviously, Cooper Cup.
I've got him on my fantasy
Hey,
team, so obviously,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right, I
Yeah.
think that'd be
Then
perfect.
we gonna win
guys.
every game. We gonna be
we
8-2-0.
should not lose because
Yeah,
Braun will just go
because
on
he went over to him.
We just hold it up every time Braun's
Yeah.
playing. When Braun's on the bench, take the mask off, put his back on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Call him out on
hey, that
Keep
works.
him motivated.
Keep him motivated,
yeah.
whatever it
Hey,
takes.
because you know I gotta put a show on for you. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. We took that a little personal. Mike took it personal last
did.
year. It's show up for us, the fans.
Man,
Right.
Don't show up for the other stars. Show up for the fans who are there every
I'm
day.
gonna make a shirt that says
Yeah.
I'm Aaron Donald and have a face.
Yeah.
Silly.
We're all champions in LA.
Yeah.
Show up for us, Braun.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely. So, but like you said, in the West, while teams have grown, you talk about John Morant and so forth. Denver's gotten better. Denver has the reigning MVP. You're going to expect them to be there. The Clippers, we don't talk much about them, but let's get to that a little bit. Okay. Of course, the Clippers
Why?
have signed
What's
John
up
Wall
with them?
because they're there and we're going to have to play them. The Clippers
We
are
played
there.
them the opening game.
Okay, there you
And
go.
Well, then that's even more of a reason.
Yeah, and still the whole fight for LA, and that's all done. Okay, they're never going to win LA.
Look, they are advertising right now. I think $44 tickets.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like literally, they
Yeah.
like a 10-game package for like $44.
The bubble hit them hard.
Man.
The bubble
Man,
hit them
like,
hard, bro.
Yeah,
They had a
You know,
lot of momentum going
hey.
into that bubble.
yeah, and then boom.
And
Hey,
then boom, and
Yeah.
they haven't
But then last season they lost. Obviously
Yep,
Kawhi
they
being out, but still. What do you guys? I'm really curious. Stat. What are you expecting from John Wall?
Actually, if you just let him play as a six man, I think that they're going to be really, really good because we're talking about this narrative of people that have things to prove. I mean,
John
John
Wall's
Wall
there.
had a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And if John Wall is somewhat healthy and playing to John Wall's abilities,
Yep.
And then you also have coming back the healthy Kawhi Leonard,
Mhm.
which also is hearing the
Just
same,
cleared for 5-on-5.
right, and start hearing the same thing that the AD is hearing.
Yep.
So he wants to come out there and show that he's that guy.
I don't
So
know if
it's
he is
like-
that guy. I don't know
He
if he
don't
takes
care.
anything personal. He's
He don't
like
care.
it's the cyborg. He
And
just-
he's a Clipper, so nobody really cares.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
No, on this show nobody cares, but they're
No.
there.
nobody. I mean,
and they're a team we're gonna have to play, and we may end up facing
look,
in a hallway type series somewhere in the playoffs if
I would
if they
love a
make it. and so forth.
7-game hallway series.
Oh man,
I
that would
would.
be so stressful.
I would. It would
That
be
is-
stressful.
Oh,
It'd
so
be.
stressful.
It would be. You know what though? All right, real quick. There's a quick poll. What would be more stressful? A Lakers Celtic final or a Laker Clipper Western Conference Championship?
I have to go with the Celtics just because you're trying to break that tie. But my heart, my gut tells me that the Clippers, because I would in a finals, because the only way you're going to get to Boston is in a finals. We made it there. If they're better, which isn't going to happen, we'll get to that scandal with the Boston Celtics right after their first break. But they've already got a massive setback. But if they made it there, we made it to the finals. It would be heartbreaking. But we've played from behind, chasing them in titles, and we will overcome them. But if the Clippers beat us in a playoff and take us out, forgive my language, they just talk too much shit.
See, I don't want to live in that world.
Yeah, they talk too much shit.
That's why, for me, it would be stressful for me.
Yeah, and Clippers fans are the worst.
Just to have that one over us, dog. I'm not with that, dude. I need them to not to eat ever.
Yeah,
I don't ever want them to sniff the championship.
No.
And especially if I'm the gatekeeper.
If
we're the gatekeeper.
They have to come through us.
And they had to go through us to get to a championship. Oh, hell no. No, dude.
Yeah, because if that happened, like let's just do this scenario. Here we go. I'd rather be one back of Boston than 16 ahead of the Clippers.
Exactly.
I agree, Jeff. Yeah, it's just because they're not rational. Their fans aren't rational. The team's not rational. Their owner's not rational.
That one would equal all 17. All 17.
It would trump it.
It would be like the biggest championship in the whole. Like our 17. That was the Stone Ages, man. This is right now.
Yeah, exactly. And this is our time. We're taking over this. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, come on,
exactly. Well, we can tell by ticket prices that that's just not going to be the case. But we agree with you, Empire Jeff. It sounds like you are right in line with our opinions there. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. There's tons of NBA scandals we're going to get to right when we get back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the Infinity Studios streaming channel on YouTube. That's where you're going to find the show. Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, the Waiver Wire with Marco Nunez and Money Mike. They're going to go ahead and talk and give you injury updates. So be sure to subscribe. If you're watching right now, go there, push the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Lots of other shows coming up. The Arash Markazi Show, moving from radio to our channel, TV format. We got him here. He's going to bring big guests. You don't want to miss that. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
Hi, I'm Renee Starms of the Starms Agency. Do you know why 97% of startups fail? It's because they don't have the proper exposure. So for the first time ever, Infinity Studios and the Starms Agency have come together to provide you with the Little Guys Big Marketing Package. Now, this is for local Los Angeles businesses who are ready to launch, relaunch, or simply expose their business to grow. With this package, you're going to receive 6 months of online and offline marketing tactics in a customized plan for your business. You're also going to get a professional TV quality commercial filmed in an 1,800 square foot studio with multiple screening options. So if you're ready to grow, go ahead and click that link. We also have financing available. I'm looking forward to chat with you. Click the link and let's go.
Let's go. We're back. The Profanity Nation podcast. Thanks for sticking with us. We are here. We are the voice, the professional fan. We are here to share your opinion. So be sure to comment. Like I said before, be sure to hit the subscribe button on the Infinity Studio streaming channel, only on YouTube. Soon that's going to be the only spot you can find us. So be sure to subscribe there. Okay, guys. So we have some stuff to talk about, but first let's point up here to everyone watching, perhaps for the first time or not. This is the beautiful statue. This is the statue of Kobe Bryant and Gigi Bryant that a gentleman by the name of Dan Medina made. He is doing a giveaway. This is amazing. This giveaway is he has made 4 12-inch replicas, solid bronze. 3 of them are solid bronze. One of them, I believe, is stainless steel. I've seen them in person. They are an absolute must-have for any Laker fans collection. They are rare. You will not be able to buy them anywhere else. This is the only way you can get them, and there are only 4 in existence, and it's really easy. Just go to medina.sculpture on Instagram. Follow him. Be sure to donate a minimum of $24 to the Mamba Foundation. Show him the proof, and you're in. He's not asking for a dime. He's doing this out of his own goodwill to support the Mamba Foundation. So again, all you have to do, donate a minimum of $24 to the Mamba Foundation. They will give you a receipt. Take a picture of that receipt. Send that over to medina.sculpture, and you're entered in. He's giving away 1 per month. The first one goes out tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
September 26th is the first drawing.
Okay.
So you still have time to do that. Right after the show, you can go to Mamba Foundation, make your donation, and get it in to Dan Medina, again, at medina.sculpture on Instagram. You'll see all the posts about it. You know, he just went around with a replica one and took pictures of it at lots of the Kobe murals that are around town with the muralists. So
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, he's super dedicated. He thrives on the Mamba mentality like most of us do. So let's give him some support. Let's applaud his actions and his willingness to help the Mamba Foundation. Do that by giving that $24 or minimum. You could give more. You can enter multiple times. You can do 4 different $24 donations and have 4 chances to win. Be sure to do that. Give yourself a chance because these things really are rare and they're absolutely gorgeous. He was kind enough to loan us one for our stage. So we are so thankful. Thank you, Dan. Okay, guys, let's get to some stories here. Okay. Normally, like I said, it's the Lakers that are in the headlines with drama, but not this time and not this time of year. So we get to have some fun and we get to poke some fun. Let's start with something that wasn't so funny. Robert Sarver from the Suns. He was fined $10 million, suspended for a year from the team. That was not good enough for players, fans, sponsors, or anyone. So he has voluntarily offered, he is selling the team. Now, granted.
Now, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a serious question.
Yeah.
How is this bad news for him?
Not financially.
No.
But,
I mean,
but
because-
when you're at that point, it's no longer a financial, it's an ego.
Yeah.
You don't when you're there, you're not really buying a team to for the financial. You already have, I mean, Steve Ballmer didn't buy the Clippers so he can make money. He didn't need that. It's an ego thing. It's a my car is better than yours, and everyone in their category can get the top of the line car, but not everyone can get an NBA team. There's only 30 of them. So it's an ego thing, and he now will no longer have that. So
yeah, I completely understand and get it. But like this guy literally, what was it, $450 million he bought the team for. It's
Over
gonna
$2
go,
billion.
It's gonna go for over $2 billion.
Yeah.
It's completely different, but I think it's the same. Frank McCord, when he owned the Dodgers,
Yep.
he didn't really have, he didn't have a scandal, nothing like this. But it got to the point nobody was endorsing him. He was forced to, sell the team,
but not the parking lot.
And he was, but he literally, he still owns the parking lot. And he doesn't own the Dodgers anymore. But that dude got $2 billion, right? So, and I can still on my Wikipedia page, it's gonna probably have a little scandal thing on there, but it still would say former owner of,
Professional
sports team. He has 2 teams. He has the
Aces, not the Aces. Forgive me.
The Mercury.
Yeah. So look, does he need to be in the NBA? Is it good that he's leaving? For all the more, we want a certain moral compass to be,
Sure.
to stand by. Absolutely, I think it's the right thing for him to get rid of it. But I mean, the consolation prize is a $1.5 billion profit.
Sure. But
I mean,
but he has to walk around. Probably has to move out of Arizona or Phoenix because nobody likes him. Stat.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yes, he's going to have the money, but it's like in the case of Frank McCourt, they just hit him on like some financial, issues with the team.
Yep.
Like it was nothing. He didn't leave
Right.
disgrace.
Mismanagement.
You know what I'm saying? Like mismanagement. Like that, you can still be like, okay, hey, we kind of failed project, but hey, I made X amount of dollars on it. I made $2 billion on it.
right.
Whereas, yeah, he made a profit on this as the selling, but he actually got ran out.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's like a yellow stripe, like a stripe down his back, right? Pretty much, he's disgraced.
Well,
He's
he's
Donald Sterling terrible.
he's Donald Sterling.
So,
Sterling set the
this is where we're
precedence, and he followed right along.
Yeah.
To me, it's absolutely stunning that he felt he was just apparently so nonchalant about the things that he was doing and how he thought he would get away with that without that coming back. It just seems really weird to me.
Well,
But then you go right to what I said: ego.
Right.
I
It's
mean-
an ego thing. They think they can get away with anything.
Yep.
Yeah, but see, listen, what frustrates me about this whole thing, like what you said, Jeff, he did this for so long. Like this, they have years and years of him walking around,
Mm-hmm.
being,
An
saying,
asshole.
no, but not just being an asshole, like,
Mhm.
but being misogynistic,
Yep.
throwing out,
Racist.
racist comments, throwing out sexual,
Yeah.
unwanted comments, and it was allowed to happen, like
Right.
in that circle, and that's the unfortunate part, that you, like you say, you do have that ego in order to do. Because see, these types of things to me should have been nipped in the bud in the beginning, and I think people need to, just take a lesson from that. It's like don't feel not empowered if you see something wrong. You need, really
Right.
go and say something and don't allow this to happen.
Yep.
Because that's just really like what the bottom line is. This.
I'm
'Cause-
curious. We'll say this is the second time in our lifetime that this has happened with an NBA team that we can remember. So you have the Clippers with Donald Sterling.
But
You
it
have-
happened with the WNBA team too. Remember when
well, the in Atlanta, correct?
the Atlanta,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that was a female owner, if I'm right. And she
It
got
was.
the same difference though.
It's the
Doesn't
same
matter,
thing, though.
yeah.
Like, they have this certain ego that they feel that they can just say whatever they want.
The reason is because in probably every other aspect of their life they can,
Right.
and no one's going to say anything because they're on. Forgive me, they're on the tit, and they're milking that for money, and they don't want to jeopardize that. So they're sitting there. So that's why they get away with it. But my question is, do you think if there is another owner out there that has been acting in this manner or anywhere close, do you think they're going to learn their lesson? Do you think this is going to happen again? Is third time a
should.
charm, or do you think that this is going to kind of clean the slate? Stat,
I think we're done with that.
you think so?
I
Okay.
think people got. I think people got to understand, and that's why. I mean, we're going to talk about it later, but maybe the reason why Boston got ahead
Came so harsh.
got ahead of it.
No,
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
I think there's somebody else out there doing the same thing, and we're gonna do it over again. I mean, listen, we've seen look like the police officers, right? How many, over and over and over again.
Yep.
We literally saw the kneel, we saw the conviction, and then but then look, somebody else is gonna do the same thing, and it's an unfortunate thing. It's like we have body cameras, we have all these things to try to put things in place to prevent this from happening,
Keeps happening.
and it keeps happening because they just don't care. So there is another owner out there that is not going to change.
Did you want to name that owner right now?
I don't know.
No, I'm just
I have
kidding.
no
I'm just
idea.
kidding. No, we could do that. We
I
could do that.
don't
Just
know.
joking.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But you do
Yeah.
believe it could
But
happen again.
I believe there's another.
Now
owner
you're
out
talking
there
about in
that-
NBA or just professional sports?
I think in general.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
in
so.
professional
I think so,
sports,
yeah.
NFL, hockey. Who knows?
I think
where-
for sure, like, I mean, I'm not trying to, name, but I definitely think in the NFL there's a couple.
They should be some.
I mean, there has to be.
Sounds like
you know
I would,
what I
I would
mean?
agree.
They
That's,
still haven't finished.
that's a real good old boys club.
They still haven't finished the whole Washington Redskins situation. Like that junk is wild right now, and they're pretty much it's been slow drip. Basically, they haven't. I mean, Dan Snyder still owns that team.
Yeah.
They had him change the name, and he's like, "Okay, I just changed the name. Give me got another 5-10 years before you kick me out." You know what I'm saying? Like literally, he has like what 40.
But look how
cheerleaders or
long
somebody
it
who-
took him, though.
Yeah,
that dude literally was like, sorry to cut you off, but he was like, I'm not changing this team. And
Yeah.
it was like 15 years later,
Yeah.
they finally
You
got
gotta
to the
get-
point.
I mean, you got to be forced
Like
for
you
it.
had to have so much progression in like the Cleveland Indians are no
Yes.
longer the Cleveland Indians anymore.
Right.
Like it had to be other things to fall for them to realize,
Sure.
I guess I do have to change the team.
Well, think about the Braves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Braves still holding on.
Yeah.
Atlanta, it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's Atlanta. It's capital.
It's-
capital Confederacy.
It's a little bit
Like,
south.
we
there.
know what I'm saying.
A little south.
We're
there.
gonna hold on. We're
Yeah.
gonna hold on as
Yeah.
much as we to
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
like
law.
that's the thing though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sad and unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I mean, look, we need to get to that point, and I think we're one great thing about and there's a whole lot of horrible things about social media, but one great thing about social media that I see is that, and we kids like my age, my daughter's like 14 and other stuff, and they have all this information at their fingertips.
Yep.
And they are able to see different points of views. And this is like the first time that you see actual intelligent disagreements could go viral between like a 16-year-old and their parents talking about, no, the way that you're thinking, mom, is not correct. Now, back in the day, you don't talk back, right? You just do what the parents
Now
say.
everyone has a voice.
But now these kids, they actually have more of a voice, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's very hard to manage. So don't get me wrong, but you start seeing the turn of that, where now when they're in 10, 15 years, they're 25 and they're 30 years old, and they don't have the same feeling that their parents have because they don't have the same experience that their parents had.
Yep.
Right. So it's actually getting better. I just hope that I'm alive to see it be to the most minimum point.
It'll never be vanquished forever.
Yeah,
but
it
hopefully
won't
gone.
be.
Guys, there's more scandal, at least in the NBA family. This isn't a specific team. Now, based on the series that we watched and we reviewed, The Last Dance here, it would appear that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan really have no love lost for each other. However,
a little bit salty.
Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen, she has some love for someone, and it appears to be Michael Jordan's son.
I don't even understand that.
It's confusing, but then again, if you're dating someone so much younger than you, maybe, or married to someone, but there's a lot of men out there,
bro.
A lot of men. What is with that, Stat?
It just sounds like it was a plant. It just sounds like Michael Jordan was like, "Yo, son,
go get that.
Can you get that?
Yeah,
just see it, just see it.
I just added a chunk to the wheel
and just do it.
Yeah,
and if you can, and if she's biting." No.
They go for it. Rub that in a little bit.
It makes no other sense.
But why her,
other
though?
than that? But dude, I'm just saying, it's
right.
especially after
Why
she's
her?
like the joke.
Do you know
she's
who
the
she
joke
is?
right now. Future had her supposedly. supposedly
There are
Future already
so
had him.
many. Listen, there are
Like, this,
so
like-
many beautiful women that we've never heard of, but they're just as beautiful.
Yep.
In that circle, why do these same just go to just person?
Why do they
person
just swap and switch?
to person? Like I just don't want to. It just doesn't make any sense. Like why would
It's crazy.
like do you know
It
your,
does seem
do you know your
spiteful.
list?
It
You know
does.
what I
It
mean?
seems
seems
spiteful on both
spiteful,
sides.
though.
It seems, oh yeah, Scotty, watch this, and then it seems like, okay, Jordan's like, haha, watch this, Scotty.
Dog, like
You
for
know?
real, man, like you really going like, I mean, you look like if you Pippen, like if you Scotty, you like,
Yeah.
are you serious, girl?
Right,
Like
right,
you really gonna
right,
pick
right.
him? Like all the people you could be picking, I'm cool with the rappers. I'm
Mhm.
cool with all these extra people.
But
You gonna
gotta
pick my
Yes.
rival. My little,
son.
like my little,
Wait, but was my teammate,
my
became
teammate,
my,
but now
in a
became
sense,
my
my rival, and
now-
you're going to go to
now-
his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's pretty shady.
That's like, wow.
And it does seem like there's a motive behind it besides
got-
just
so-
love. But who are we to say? But love comes from strange areas.
Wow,
but
man, it's wild.
there does seem to be a motive behind that. But let's get to the even bigger story, guys, because we're kind of running out of time. Okay. So the team we love to hate, and no, not the Clippers, but the Boston Celtics, they're in turmoil. They're the scandal of the year so far, at least with their staffers. Ime Udoka has been suspended for a year. He has been suspended for what's been said as unwanted sexual comments to staffers, but the biggest reason is because he did have a sexual encounter with apparently, so it's been said, allegedly,
We don't know who.
allegedly with a VP's wife. You do not sleep with the VP's wife. You're definitely get the hammer down. Stat Pat.
We don't
First
know
off,
who.
is the 1 year suspension justified or is that too harsh? Is that a spiteful
Oh,
situation?
yeah, it's definitely spiteful.
Or are they jumping ahead of it?
I'm just saying, there's like, they're trying to set a precedent. They're trying to put the hammer down, and which is for all future anybody. Because remember, like, to be honest with you, the whole Tony Parker, Eva Longoria, Brent Berry's wife thing,
Yep.
never got rectified like it should have. It was just something that happened.
It was something.
And it was like between the team and that junk just happened, and Tony Parker didn't get suspended or anything, which he should. We were talking about killing the team morale and all the other stuff. And the way that
conduct
he was
detrimental to the team.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So nothing happened with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't do anything with that. Now we have this situation, and we're gonna go ahead and now we said, okay, we should have did that something better. We should have done something with that. Now we're gonna put the hammer down 1 year. Now, but it's the same length of time as the NBA gave Sarver. So it's like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah, how is that the
Right.
same?
So
offense?
how is it the same offense? This dude, like, he was evil,
Mhm.
but he just, I know it's bad.
Mhm.
It's bad. It's bad PR.
But he
bad-
did basically a man thing that men have done for ages.
and
Not that it's okay.
he
We're not
got caught.
apologizing.
It got caught.
Yeah.
It basically just infidelity.
It deserves
It's-
some
yeah.
sort of consequence. But does it deserve the 1 year?
Right. I don't know. I don't think so.
And now, of course, we're going off of what's been released so far. So we're going off of the stories that have been told that we've heard. There could be more to it. So we don't know. But Money Mike, your thoughts?
It's all crazy to me because it is the fact that you say consensual, which means that
Right.
he and her
Decided together they would do that.
made an agreement.
Yep.
That they were going to do this, right? And so what I really don't understand is it doesn't sound like she has any consequences at all.
Oh.
And I don't understand. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm not trying to listen.
No, I know
First of
that.
all, it's
know.
all wrong, but I'm just trying to be fair with it. Like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't go and whatever advance he gave her, she accepted, right? Or
Very
she
much
may
so.
have flirted with him first. We don't know really the all the dynamics and stuff.
Oh no, we probably
You
don't
know,
all the details.
between all this, but I think it's kind of in the certain terms. If we just look at it at face value, and that's how I'm looking at it, it's unfair for everybody to be coming down on him, and old girl kind of like scot free.
We don't know that. I mean, you have to assume
But
that
if
there's
it's somebody's
turmoil in the
wife,
family.
though, if it's
you know.
somebody's wife, then but where's this staffer?
But again,
from?
though,
who's a staffer?
Yeah, who's the
Well,
unknown staffer,
who
right?
was the
Yeah,
staffer?
there appears to be that this was he was, unwanted sexual comments or unwanted comments
but I
towards
don't-
women.
see,
with on the staff, that could have been anyone training. That could have been the
but
uniform.
here's the thing.
It could be anyone, and if it makes for an uncomfortable situation, then that needs to be addressed. My question would be this: we know that he slept with, or allegedly slept with, a VP's wife. If we reverse that and the VP was a female and he slept with the actual VP, would this be the same consequence? Or is it the fact that the scorned
No.
VP has a say in this and he wants redemption?
100%.
Okay. So if it was switched and she was the actual VP and that's who he
So
slept
she would
with,
get fired.
okay, there you go. She would be fired for sleeping with someone down below.
She should.
With a
She
subordinate.
should.
Okay. Okay.
She should get fired.
Okay.
I mean, that's just messy. That's stuff you're not supposed to do.
But is it really
That's
messy
just-
though? See,
what?
I mean,
He's married.
It's
to
terrible
Nia
for
Long.
team.
Is he married to
listen,
Nia Long?
No, engaged.
Engaged?
yeah, but listen,
Really, dog?
look, but let's look at this though.
Mama got
this,
ass too.
huh?
I'm just saying on Friday, like,
No, hold on.
hey, let's Nia Long, man.
What's your issue, dude? You got to be
Let's
along.
look at it though. I mean, look, let's look at it. Like we know. Let's look around the league. We know Giddy was messing with Phil. It was cool. Everything was all good, right? You know, when that was happening, the coach messing with the owner of the team. You know, everything was all good. It was consensual, right? We know Spoelstra. You know, he got 2 babies by the freaking Miami Heat cheerleader.
Former Heat cheerleader,
Oh,
supposedly.
Former.
That's
Miami Heat
important. That's
cheerleader,
important.
You know, right? You know, like
So this isn't
These-
unheard of for
listen. I mean, I work for AT&T, dude. Half the people, everybody worked there 30 years. Listen, there's so many relationships, so many marriages within AT&T. Management is married to the craft. I mean, literally. Listen, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you got. I mean, in at face value, when you somewhere 40 hours a week, and then I'm just talking about a regular job, you know,
spending
and
that
you,
much time.
and
with
you
someone.
spend that much time with with these people, you become friendly. It happened. This is a normal. I'm not saying it's right.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not saying that it's right.
It could be morally wrong, but is it justifiable with a suspension and losing jobs?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just doesn't. It just doesn't like really like make any sense, because if you're gonna do, you got to be equal. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
understand, because see, if he broke the clause, she broke it too.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And
Right.
so
But Shimmy, her thing is like, look, I know the other examples that you talk about. Phil Jackson didn't have a girlfriend. Jeannie Buss
But-
didn't have a boyfriend. Okay.
okay,
We start there.
I got that.
All these people didn't have other
Keyword.
people.
Tell
They
me-
didn't have other people. And you're just talking about based upon the act. Oh, okay.
Keyword though.
But
What's the
it's
key word?
infidelity on both sides.
What's the key word?
You say consensual.
Consensual.
Okay. So now what we're hammering you on now, we're not hammering on consensual. No, because if it was not consensual, your ass would be in jail.
right.
Correct.
What I'm saying is, so we're not worried about jail. This ain't between you going to jail and not going to jail. What we're talking about is this conduct detrimental to the moral fiber of this whole organization. Because if you're messing with a VP's wife, bro, and that junk is going to be, this dude is out there. He's hot now. Whoever that VP up there is hot in the fifth street.
Well, I mean,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to filter all the way down. The coach is stressed that he over on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, to me, it had to be rectified
Gotcha.
in some kind of way like that. Now, is because this is their organization. They gotta handle this within their own organization.
Yep.
Us, we might think it's like, damn, that's way too harsh. But Boston's like, but it wasn't your best friend
Hey.
that he was
then why we not?
wife that he messing with.
he-
Like, you know what I'm
okay.
saying? It wasn't like that wasn't yours.
So I got that. I got that. And like I said, I'm looking at this at face value. Cool. We suspend you for a year. Come back.
Yeah,
you're
you can't
on
come
the air.
back ever.
What happens now?
Yeah, you can't come back.
I mean, well,
it's
then-
not like you're gonna
then-
just.
then let-
Yeah, I
then
think
let-
it's just let
it's
it.
not
let-
water
let-
under the table.
Then,
that's
I
for sure.
mean, what are we doing? We might as well just go ahead and just cut
Fire
ties
you.
with you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that
And-
in
and roll out.
the collective bargaining agreement, like with coaches, if that's a fireable offense, you might be able to make it. So
You can fire
uncomfortable.
for whatever reason.
But I think actually what you were saying, I think probably the organization went to the Players Association and said,
What can we do?
What would we? Can we
Are
want to fire?
coaches in the
We
union?
want to fire. No, well, I mean, isn't it the coaches?
They're tradable.
Are coaches in
You
the
can
union?
trade a coach like Boston did. To Clippers.
we have to look that up.
I gotta look at that because
I don't know if coaches are in the union.
coaches got to have their own union, don't you think?
I would think.
I don't
The
know.
refs have a union. The players have a union. Yeah, I'm sure they're in there somewhere.
So whoever
The
their
owners have a.
whoever their union rep, it probably came to her like, okay, we want to fire him, but I know if we fire him, it'd probably be a lawsuit,
Mhm,
so we're not gonna do that.
mhm,
So
mhm.
what you guys would be cool with?
Yep, 1 year.
A year suspension?
Yeah, but I mean, no,
Cool.
but see, here's the thing.
Because we want to fire him.
But can't you go and say, look, man, you know, what you did morally is wrong. We don't like that. And then, you know, we want to buy you out. Let's come and make an agreement to buy you out.
Yeah, but that's
And
similar
cut
to the
ties.
Sarver situation where they suspended him for a year and decided they would now
But
figure out
that's
how to
different.
get him out of the team.
But the reason why that's different is because they know that those sponsors are not going
the
to
pressure that would
are not going. The money is not
the
gonna come.
outside pressure
The Phoenix Suns are not going to get
would
any
create
money.
what they
Right.
want, would create the result they wanted just from the outside pressure.
Right. The Phoenix Suns are not going to get any money.
We have more to talk about. However, this is a 1 hour show and we're running out of time. So we're going to go ahead and head to our final segment. And if you watch the show, then you know this. This one's a good one. Money Mike's happy. This is Money Mike's Out of Bounds. It's pretty simple, guys. And get your comment section ready, okay? Money Mike's going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic. And it's really simple. He just wants to know, are his thoughts or opinions in bounds or out of bounds? Money Mike, you've got the mic.
Yo. So we're gonna stay on the scandal thing because I was thinking about this with Ume, right? And so look, you know, with the same idea of what's going on with this 1 year suspension, you know, I personally do not feel that he should have a 1 year suspension for having a consensual, intimate relationship with a staffer. I don't think so. Now, if he was going to get suspended, this is why he should get suspended. He should get suspended because he cheated on Nia Long, right? Because what you guys don't understand is there's a whole lot of songs that the rappers talk about how much they love Nia Long.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we just gotta go over
Let's go ahead and roll
all the
'em.
stuff that the rappers say
Here we go.
when they go and just talk about Nia Long.
My only regret was too young for Nia Long. Now all I'm left
J. Cole, that's right.
Pretty bitch like Nia Long, she swing along with my thing along. Pretty bitch like Nia Long.
We got some Juicy J over here coming, right?
Got her like Nia Long. Loose one, she don't need a loan. She start twerking when she hear a song.
We got Nas. What's up, man? Like Nas.
Like Nia Long in the cherry thong with the lights on. Sipping Perrier with Kelly Price on.
Lil Wayne, wait.
Going.
And sweet Nia Long, and I see her in the streets, but I can't bring.
J-Lo, now I wanna fuck Nia Long. I wanna fuck Nia Long.
We got Chingy. What's going on, man?
Male skin tone. Damn, you look like Nia Long. Don't be acting like that little mom.
That is too much. It goes on for days.
It just goes on and on and on. Listen, this is only an hour show, and I'm running out of time. It's about another 15 more songs about how rappers want to be with Nia Long. So my out of bounds is this. Am I out of bounds for saying he should not get suspended for messing with old girl in the Celtic operation? He should be suspended for a year for messing with Nia Long.
Stat Pat.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna say you in bounds, man. That was like a very compelling argument right there, dude. Like
Yeah, you can't deny it.
the fact that you like you mess with Nia Long, like just put her out like she wasn't all that in the
Yeah,
bag
what
of
you
chips.
doing?
No, what's up?
What you doing, Ime? Yeah, you're definitely in bounds. You're definitely in bounds there, Money Mike. It's just stupid, foolish. I think he's
man.
making some mistakes. And if he's making those mistakes in his personal life, what's he going to do with that team?
Yeah.
What's he going to do with
What you
that
doing?
team?
What you doing that
Dude,
Nia
when
Long?
that means when you have something good, you might just mess it up for no friggin' reason because you see something you think is better. Sounds like a Rob Pelinka thing to do. And
Brad
break
Stevens
up the
gonna come
team.
back down.
Right.
I coach the team.
Right. Really quick, Elias, if you've got a question, go ahead and send it through. We've got about 1 minute or so. If you can type it through, we'll see if Stat Pack can help you. That would be a fantasy football question. Guys, this has been a great show. Hopefully the Lakers stay out of the scandal papers.
Right.
That's what we would like. For right now, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to wait to see if this question comes through. Demetrius says this Nia Long segment is great. Absolutely, right? And it's not too long. Okay, guys, so really quick, on the Infinity Studio streaming channel, we have a premiere coming up next week. That is the Arash Markazi Show. You know him from ESPN. He is a fixture in LA sports, follows the Dodgers, Lakers, Angels, Clippers,
Chargers.
Rams, Chargers. He follows them all, reports on them all. He's going to be here. He's going to be here every Thursday. You're going to find that show on the Infinity Studios streaming channel starting this Thursday as they premiere, and then every Thursday from then after. He's going to be there. Here we go. I have Goff until Dak is back for now. Okay. Question in there. Send it through.
Yeah, I would keep Goff.
You would keep Goff.
I would. I mean, Detroit is.
Well, yeah, golf is actually.
Yeah, like Detroit got some. They doing good things.
Okay.
You have a favorable schedule, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a favorable schedule with Goff. Keep Goff for now. Dak is injured, so keep Goff if that's your question. That's what we recommend. Thank you, Morgan Kelly. Good show. You got the question is before that one. Okay, go up. He said he had a question. Go up. Can we scroll up real quick there?
Scroll up.
I got a question. I don't see it before that.
Yeah, the question.
Those are the only ones we see, my friend. I'm sorry.
I got a question. Can you help?
Yeah, that's the only one we see. We don't see anything before that, but go ahead and type it in really quick. The other show, be sure to stick and stay tuned. If you're here on Infinity Studios streaming channel, coming up next at 10 o'clock is the Waiver Wire with Money Mike and Marco Nunez. Marco Nunez is the former head athletic trader for the Los Angeles Lakers. He works with professional athletes. He knows he's going to update injuries, tell you whether you should drop that player, play that player, hit the waiver wire, and if so, who to get. So be sure to go there. Kamara and Dak for Josh Allen and Breece Hall.
Ooh.
What do you think there, Stat?
Shoot. I like obviously Josh Allen you're trying to get because you do have Goff and Dak is out. So but you have to give up Kamara for Breece Hall. And Breece Hall is good. He's just not getting enough run as being a number one running back. So you can still survive with Goff. I always value running backs, but Josh Allen is that guy. But Goff, I think you can roll with Goff right now. And
So
still
stay put.
Yeah, but
still
does he?
keep the running back.
Kamara and Dak.
So stay put.
But no, but see, it was it.
Oh, Kamara's
Is
my
it thumbs
flex.
up? Make that
Hey,
trade.
Kamara's your flex,
Flex.
make the trade. Do the trade.
Okay.
If Kamara's your flex, then do the trade because you're going to get more with Josh Allen is going to make up for the flex points.
All right, there you go. So make the trade. Make the trade. You heard it here from Stat Pat, so you can hold him accountable. If so, send that message to Twitter at Stat Pat. No, that's good. Thank you for your question. Thank you so much. Be sure to join the waiver wire at 10 o'clock right here on Infinity
Breece Hall
Studios.
is the good. I think Breece Hall is going to later on in the season. He's going to definitely get more points.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. We will be back next week like we are this week, every Sunday at 8:30. Like I said, I can't say it enough. Infinity Studios streaming channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. It's simply at Infinity Studios. Can't be easier than that. We're on Instagram at Infinity Studios. That's where you're going to get all the info and all the updates. Great shows, great content, great information. Be sure to do it. We are the Profanity Nation podcast for Stat Pat, Money Mike. I am Simsta. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.